So we will see this offense for the Buccaneers for the first time. Let's take a look at what they've got in store for us. So it'll be 1st down and 10 here for the Buccaneers. Xavion Clayton taking the first snap, hands this one off, and on the carry, getting a good chunk of yardage there is Jaden Shropshire. Averages 4.6 yards per carry this season. Xavion Clayton, usually a wide receiver, though taking snaps here. He's thrown a bit this season, so not a surprise to see him taking some snaps here. Fresh set of downs from the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bucs. Opening drive here of this game, handoff to Shropshire. He cuts left and right. Good carry there for about 7. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. 75 degrees here. Cloudy in Miami, but it's no longer raining as it has been for the past few hours straight. Second and 3 incoming. Whistles blow. And a timeout was called. The Stingery sideline wanted to get themselves right here on 2nd down and 3. This is your opening drive of the game. Once again, you're watching South Dade and Miami High do battle here on the 305 Plus network. The referee crew coming in just moments ago, quickly getting themselves situated, talking to the two sidelines, getting the coin toss done. Major kudos to them for getting this one organized and ready quickly. 2nd down and 3 incoming. It'll once be Xavion Clayton who is taking snaps here. One receiver in motion. Fakes the handoff, throws it down the field, and it's complete. And running down the center of the field, it's a huge chunk gain. It's still going all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Gene Calix with the reception. The QB / wide receiver, usually on the throwing end, is on the receiving end on this occasion. And Calix just keeps going. All the way to the end zone. The junior, who has thrown touchdowns. This is the first receptive touchdown he's gotten this year. And now Molinado will come out to knock through the extra point. It's up and it's good. An early opening start here for South Dade. A huge touchdown pass from Xavion Clayton to Gene Calix makes it 7-0 in favor of the Buccaneers. We welcome you here to Curtis Park. A quick early start here for the Buccaneers. Xavier Clayton with a touchdown pass to Gene Calix. Opening drive. I thought maybe it would start out a bit slow here in this game, but lo and behold, a inside slant catch that was then taken to the house by the primary quarterback for Chris Reed's side. And they get the early lead here. Both sides looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, and we may be getting an onside kick here. It's fielded, and oh, that's a heavy hit. And that'll get the Buccaneer sideline amped even further. Well caught and held on to by Tyrell Snelling, but ended up suffering a heavy blow on that one. So let's see here on the opening drive. It'll be Marcus Smith and the Stingarees seeing if they can make something happen here in response. First down and 10. And whistle blows. And a false start will push this one 5 yards back for Miami High. It'll be 1st and 15. So they will now start their drive at the 32-yard line as they search for an answer after conceding on the opening drive. Marcus Smith, the sophomore QB, the one who leads the charge, takes the snaps, or at least the majority of them, here for Coach Dorian James. So here we go. 1st down and 15. One receiver in motion. Edwards gets that handoff. And Jaquan Edwards is going to lose yards here. And it'll be about a loss of 2, which will make it 2nd down and 17. They need to make it all the way to the 47-yard line at this point. Rough start to this one so far for the Stingarees. Smith hands it off. Here's the carry, and getting some space on the left-hand side, just shy of the 1st down marker, is Carlos Pavone. So it'll be 3rd down and short. Here's the handoff. Pavone once again on the carry, and he's met at the line. It's going to make it 4th down and short here. So it appears the punting unit is going to come out here for South Dade. Excuse me, for Miami High. So rolling all the way back. It's going to be a fake punt. Pavone pushes forward, and the ball is out, and it's been picked up by the Buccaneers. So Miami trying to pull a fast one. The ball came loose, and the Buccaneers have recovered around midfield. Here's a look at it again. You see the direct snap. Looked like it might have been short either way. But then the ball came loose, guaranteeing the drive would not continue, as some movement at the line will probably move this forward 5 yards. Offside is the call. So first down and 5 incoming here for South Dade. It has been a great start to this one for the Buccaneers. A gashing touchdown pass from Xavion Clayton to Gene Calix. And now they've got the ball once again in opposition territory. Here's the carry, straight down the middle, and it's another great run here, this time by Malachi Cruz. All the way into the red zone. It's all clicking for South Dade at the moment.
That's number 22, Malachi Cruz on that last carry for the Buccaneers. Tripped up at the 15-yard line. First down, 10, South Dade.
Clayton, high snap, hands it off to Cruz once again, and this time he's gobbled up behind the line of scrimmage.
Cruz again on the carry.
A loss of 1 will make it second down and 11. They need to get to the 4-yard line to extend the drive. Looking to make it 2 scoring drives in a row to start the game for the Buccaneers. Here's the snap. Hand off to Cruz. He'll wind around the outside. Malachi Cruz still going with it to the end zone. And they're going to mark him short, but also flags have been thrown. It looks to be a holding call, which will push this one further back for South Dade. So this one pushed all the way back to the 21-yard line. They need to make it to the 4, so quick math tells you it's going to be second down and 17. Xavion Clayton once again will be taking the snap here. He'll throw it to his left. It's incomplete. Third down and long on the docket.
Clayton's pass falls incomplete. Third down.
So third down and 17 for South Dade. They'll look to see if they can at least get this into a more favorable position for their kicker, Emilio Molinado. If not, going to end up being a pretty long field goal attempt here. A fumble around midfield on the 4th down fake punt gave South Dade pretty good field position. And then one run from Malachi Cruz put them in a scoring position, and now they call a timeout here. Well, cut the mic for a moment. When they come back, we'll resume action. Next week in the Gridiron Showcase, Norland faces Central. It'll be 7:30 next week. Be sure to tune into that one. We welcome you back in here to Curtis Park. Tuning into the early stages of this one. 7-0 your scoreline. South Dade on 3rd and long trying to extend their lead, but a flag has been thrown, and it's going to be pushed back 5 more yards on the false start, which will make it 3rd down and 22. Basically all the yards they gained on that gashing run from Malachi Cruz has been lost here on penalties of the holding and false start variety. Once again, my name is Mark Schoenster. We welcome you in here for the Gridiron Showcase on the 305 Plus Network. Clayton takes the snap. Looking to his left. Throws this one down the field. He's got him in! It's a touchdown! Javarius White with the reception.
And it's a touchdown. Touchdown.
It is a wonderful start to this one for South Dade. 2 offensive drives, 2 touchdowns. Here's a look at it again. The sophomore receiver, you see him at the bottom of the screen. Just gets lost in the coverage. Slips behind. It's an easy throw to make. And Xavier Clayton, the senior, with his 3rd touchdown pass of the season, 2 of them having come in the game here this afternoon. So just a rampant start to this one for the Buccaneers side. And it's a botched hold, throw to the end zone, and it's been caught. A 2-point conversion has been made. It was a fake, and it's 15-0 for the Bucs. What an open for the Bucs here on the road. So I couldn't make out to you if that was intentional or not. The fact of the matter is it's 2 points instead of 1, and South Dade will be happy with that. Chris Reed and his crew came out throwing haymakers. You wonder when you get this awkward kickoff time, game postponed, then you have rain coming down hours upon hours and build up to kickoff. Both teams getting warmed up in the rain. Who is going to come out fresher, sharper? And the abundant answer up to this point is South Dade. It has been going all their way thus far as we see this kickoff sent down the field. Last time an attempted onside kick. Fielded, fake pitch. Some good traversing here. And out at the 31-yard line. That's where the Stingerees will get going. And it's Marcus Smith, the QB, on the return there. Talking to Dorian James, his team on a 2-game losing streak and now find themselves down early here. I asked him what needed to be fixed, what needed to be adjusted after those last 2 games. And he said, well, look, the Hialeah game 2 weeks ago was on me. I didn't prepare the guys enough. And then for Columbus, we were ready to go. We were locked in, but the execution just wasn't there. They've had that focus. They've been locked in this week as well. So now they just got to get the execution down. It has not been the case here to open out the game. But still a lot of football left to be played. 15-0 your score line. Under 7 to go in the first quarter. As this one's thrown over the left-hand side, it's complete. And it'll be right around the line to gain. Marcus Smith making the reception on this occasion. A little change up in quarterback there. Marcus Smith on the reception side of it. So it'll be a fresh set of downs here. The refereeing crew marking Marcus Smith just at the line to gain. So at the 35-yard line, it's 1st down and 10 for the Stingerees. Here's the snap. The ball handed off, and Pavone ran into a brick wall in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 3 or 4. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Shotgun formation for Miami on 2nd and 13. Can they do anything here? 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And a lot of movement at the line. And this 2nd down and long became much more achievable here. And we're going to get a water break here, so we're going to step aside. 15-0 your scoreline at the moment. South Dade with the lead. So an offsides call makes this 2nd down and 8. As Smith takes the snap, throws this one down the field. It's intercepted! The Buccaneers, their first quarter continues to be glorious. Nicholas Rispa jumping on that one. The senior safety making the pick. And it is going to be a penalty after the play. So here's a look at the pick again. 1 fumble recovery this year for Nicholas Rispa. Now he has an interception to his name. There's a personal foul after the interception. So South Dade will move back, but they will keep possession as this fantastic start to this game continues. And they'll look to pounce on it here. Xavier Clayton sends a man in motion, throws it out that way, and it's caught. Reception made by Jaden Shropshire. Their goal to continue to put this one in more and more favorable position for them. It has been a dream start to this game for them. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 1 2-point conversion, a fumble recovery, and an interception. Clayton under duress, and he is met and taken down by a handful of Stingarees. Flag is thrown on the play. We'll wait to see which way it's going. And offensive holding. 2 different holding calls on the offense. Both of them, of course, going to be declined by the coaching staff for the Stingarees. Getting the sack on the play. So on 3rd and 7, South Dade looking to keep this drive going. This could be a big down for this Stingaree defense. Snap is taken by Clayton. Clayton steps up, throws it to his right, and it's caught, but falling short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th down and short. Reception made by Joshua Wallace. Did everything he could to keep his balance, but falls short. 4th down and 1 incoming for the Buccaneers. Shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in motion. And a whistle is blown. It's a false start, which makes this a much more difficult decision. They were going to go for it in their own half, but that was when it was 4th and 1. Now it's 4th and 6, so do they commit to that decision? And they will not. It looks like the punter is going to make his way out. And they're going to give this one back to the Stingerees. Ends up being a big stop for Miami High. This Miami High team, 3-4 this year. Lost their last 2 games, and they weren't particularly close. 49-19 and 52-6. As this one is brought down in the backfield, a turnover on downs. The punter gets sacked in the action. That's a tides turning kind of play. Miami High School will start in the red zone as we take a look at what just happened here. It's a high snap, and it looks like there might have been a fake attempt there. That punter was looking to run with it. Had the chance to get that punt off. So we've now had 2 fake punts in this game, and neither of them have ended well, as this carry is tackled in the backfield. Well, folks, it's an odd time to start a game, and that has resulted in it being a very odd start to the game. A lot of wackiness to open out this first quarter between the Stingerees and the Buccaneers. But now Miami have the chance to cut into this deficit. Here's the snap. And Jermaine Berry making the run. Not much success there.
Berry on the carry. Little or no gain. 3rd down, 11.
So 3rd and 11 incoming. And the whistle blows. The snap was rolling.
False start.
And a false start will be called on Miami, so they'll go backwards once again.
A 5-yard penalty. 3rd and 16.
Clock will keep running here. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. A quarter that's been dominated by the Bucks, but an opportunity to get some points on the board here for the Stingerees. It's 3rd down and long. Smith sends a man in motion. Steps to his right. Spins out of a challenge and then goes down. So after winning the ball, tackling the punter on 4th down in the red zone, the Stingerees only go backwards here. And I don't know if they're going to bring out the kicking unit. They might be trying to go for it here on 4th down and long.
22 yards to go.
Well, now they're going to shift the unit. And now will it be a kick or will it be a punt? It appears they're going to punt the ball here. Too far away for a field goal attempt. It would have been over 40 yards. And that punt just came off the foot wrong. And it's downed at the 29-yard line. And we'll step aside for a quick break. We welcome you back here on the 305 Plus Network. South Dade have the ball once again, and Cruz sheds one tackle, sheds another. Malachi Cruz down the field, tackled at the 40-yard line. Malachi Cruz is dicing it up. And if I am Chris Reed, the head coach of the Buccaneers, I am feeding that man the ball right now. He has been dangerous every time he's gotten his hands on it. One or two runs have come back due to a holding, but he has run effectively, but not on this occasion. Taken down in the backfield by Tyrell Snelling, the captain. So 2nd down and 15. As this quarter comes to an end, 15-0 is your scoreline. South Dade with an explosive start to this game, and they're looking to expand upon it in the 2nd quarter. We'll see you on the other end of this break. You're watching on the 305 Plus Network. It's South Dade on the road against Miami High School. And South Dade off to a ripping start here and looking to further that on this drive. 2nd and 15, ball floated up and caught. And going to the end zone for a 2nd touchdown today. Gene Calix with the reception. The Buccaneers sailing to a 20-plus point lead here. A 3rd touchdown pass for Xavier Clayton, and a 2nd touchdown reception for Gene Calix. I mean, right now, it just looks like men against boys out there for the Buccaneers. And the extra point is up and good, 22-0, your scoreline. It has been just a fantastic opening portion to this game for South Dade. And we'll step aside for a moment. We'll be back for kickoff. Once again, next week on the Gridiron Showcase, October 18th, at a more standard time, 7:30 kickoff between Norland and Central. Should be a lot of fun between the Vikings and the Rockets. That'll be what'll be on your high school football diet next week. We welcome you back here to Curtis Park for what we've got here on the plate here right now at this moment. And it is a shocking open to this game, 22-0 for the visiting South Dade Buccaneers on the road visiting Miami High School. A 2nd touchdown reception today for Gene Calix. As we get another onside kick, as this one will bounce out of bounds. And Miami looking to see if they can muster up a response of any kind right now. We talked already about how Miami has come into this game on a 2-game losing streak, and neither of them were particularly close. But that's the same case for this South Dade side. 42-15 2 weeks ago against Columbus, and then 34-6 last week against Palmetto. But they have come out in all sorts of form. Turnovers, a couple of passing touchdowns, some gashing runs. It's been all in favor of the Bucs so far. So can the home side find a way to get a spark here before it really starts getting away from them? 11:50 to go in the second quarter. First down and 10. Smith's pass is batted at the line. That D-line getting their hands up there, making the play. I believe that was Michael Harris. So second down and 10 incoming. Smith throws it to his right, and it's caught. Shedding one tackle there is Daquan Edwards, and Edwards keeps going. Took a couple of white jerseys to bring him down around the 35-yard line. And some offensive promise here for the Stingarees. So first and 10 on that completion to Daquan Edwards, the senior. Making the catch and then getting some yards after. Trips on the left-hand side, one receiver on the right-hand side. Smith looks to his right, returns to look to the right, and he's wrapped up, and it's another sack. And that's a significant loss on that down. A 9-yard sack on that one. So second down and 19 incoming for the Stingarees. Trips on the left-hand side once again. Smith looking to his left, and he's chased once again. Sheds one tackle, sheds another, throws it down the field, and it's incomplete. Or at least so I thought for a moment. It just hit the ground, nearly an interception. Tadarius Hughes almost getting his second pick of the season. But some escape artist work there for Marcus Smith to keep it from a negative play to just an incomplete pass. Under duress, was able to get that ball away, was hoping to at least get some yards back, but now it's third and 19. The receivers spread out, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. One more going in motion to the left. Smith, once again under pressure, and he's brought down again. Wrapped up by Marcus Acosta. And the energy on that sideline on the away hand is just buzzing right now. They're playing dominant football, and they know it. So the punt unit comes out once again. The sky clearing up a little bit here. It's been cloudy all day, raining all day. Cleared up right at kickoff. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half as this one's punted away. And it bounces up, and it'll be fielded at the 15-yard line, which is where we'll see South Dade have their next possession.
Possession goes back to the Buccaneers. First down 10.
This is a South Dade team that's 2-4, but it is worth noting that although it's not the best of records, they do have a win against Homestead early on in the season. So this is a team that can duke it out with quality opponents, so perhaps a record of 2-4 a little bit misleading. And they're looking to improve upon it here, currently in a good position to improve to 3-4. And the deal here is that you could argue that perhaps this interesting start to this game could be accredited to the rescheduling, the early start, the rain and build-up. But the fact of the matter is both teams had to deal with that, and one team has dealt with it much better than the other has up to this point. So it'll once again be Xavier Clayton. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and doesn't go much where with it until he gets some help from his offensive line, and they continue to push him forward. Teamwork making the dream work there. 7-yard carry. Was met at the line of scrimmage, and then the big boys got involved.
22-yard line. Gain of 7 yards. Second down, 3.
Three receivers lining up on the right, one to the left for Xavier Clayton. And he botches the snap, was trying to hand it off. Gets tackled. Looks to be nearly a loss of 7, which will bring it back
8-yard loss.
to right around 3rd and 10.
Third down, 11.
So on the handoff exchange, whether it was meant to be handed off or it was meant to be a fake, the ball came loose. So now 3rd down and 10 incoming. Clayton steps up, throws this one down the field, and it's caught! And guess who it is? Calix makes the reception. Another chunk play for Gene Calix. 2 big touchdowns already, and making the reception on that deep shot. He has been a weapon today. 6'1", the junior, making the reception. And how about that throw, too, from Xavier Clayton? Being able to get it down the field. And his big target makes the reception. Fresh set of downs. Here's the carry. Dropshire cuts to his left. And he's still going. And he's got the end zone in front of him. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jaden Shropshire with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
Touchdown, South Dade.
It has been all South Dade all day so far. Jaden Shropshire, the sophomore, who led the team in touchdowns coming into this game, gets one for himself. It is simply an overwhelming performance from South Dade so far. Emilio Molinado, the junior, will step out to knock through the extra point, looking to make it 29-0. And that is exactly what he's going to do. Once again, South Dade leading the Stingeries 29-0 here on the Gridiron Showcase. Return here for kickoff in a moment. We welcome you back here to Curtis Park on the 305 Plus Network. Another short kickoff fielded. And Miami High will start off with the ball at the 36-yard line. 29-0 your score line. South Dade throwing all the punches here to start off. We've got 7:19 to go in the second quarter. Once again, you're watching South Dade and Miami High on the 305 Plus Network. My name is Mark Schoenster. We welcome you in on this broadcast wherever you're tuning in from. We hope that you and anyone you know has stayed safe from the hurricane damage over this past week. This game initially supposed to happen yesterday, but cautiously postponed just in case. So here we are with some midday action on the Gridiron Showcase. Quick throw, incomplete. Intended for Daquan Edwards. There's a lot of good offensive pieces on this team. I remember a couple weeks ago, Dorian James telling us about Marcus Smith, Jeremiah Berry, Xavier Flanders, Zechariah Smith, along with Dulce and Pavone in the backfield. And some good old linemen too in Lima and Fuentes. Smith throws this one down the field, and it's just beyond the outstretched arms of his receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 2 incomplete passes to start this drive. Darius Bogan, the freshman wide receiver, the intended target. As we look at what has got to be a pretty pleased sideline right now, South Dade. It has been just clinical from them here today. 3rd down and 10. Smith looking to his right, throws it in that direction, and it's intercepted. And running it the other direction is Tadarius Hughes, and it's a house call, pick 6 for the safety. Tadarius Hughes with his 2nd interception of the season. This time, he's able to take it to the house. The defensive back nearly had a pick earlier, but this time, he not only got the turnover, but got some points for his team as we see it again. He was one of the highlight players on this South Dade team, a 3-star recruit in the 2026 class, currently committed to Florida State, and showing a little bit of that why. Another score for the Buccaneers. And this one is off the right post, no good on the extra point. So now it's back down to a clean 35. You had that 2-point conversion earlier, so now it makes it look like a typical 5-touchdown performance from the Buccaneers. So with that, next kickoff on the docket here between Miami and South Dade. It has just been a brutal showcase from the Buccaneers. They have come in and they have been bruising and battering their opponents here. And they've been demonstrating it in just about every facet of the game so far, as they look to kick this one off and dare the Stingerees to orchestrate something on the offensive end. Still 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And South Dade, I don't know for them if they really want this half to end right now. It's just been so brilliant from them all around. This one fielded by Berry. Spins out of one tackle and then taken down at around the 28. So we will see this offense once again for the Stingerees, fresh off a pick 6. Down 35-0. This is really a tough spot to be put into mentality-wise, because you want to stay locked in. Still a lot of game left, and you also want something to fight for here. This game has definitely gone off the rails, and these guys are a lot to thank for it. South Dade has been dominant. Now we got Ryan Jenkins in at QB for Dorian James's side. Jenkins fakes the jet sweep, and that pass is batted and intercepted. Caught by the big man. Brandon Munoz coming down with it. A deflected throw, and the defensive lineman is able to bring it down. Big play after big play for the Bucs. I mean, this is astounding. You switch QBs, it's the same result. You can't change who you're playing against here. South Dade, just powerful on all fronts. And you gotta love when the 6'1", 310-pound lineman gets an interception. Xavier Clayton with the fade to the corner, left-hand side, and it's incomplete. Flag is thrown. And Jermaine Berry on the coverage. Will probably get called for the pass interference here. The intended target was Tedrick Lee. So move this one up. And it should be, so it's going to be, I believe, second down, first down perchance. And it should be first down after the penalty. First down and short. The pass interference moving it up the field a little bit here. Half the distance to the goal. Here's the snap. The carry going to left-hand side, and he's swarmed by Stingery players.
Tackle for a loss. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Montre Jackson trying to make the run there.
Second down, 7.
So second down. They need to reach the 5-yard line to move the sticks. They're at the 12-yard line now. So 2nd and 7. Another fade to the left corner, and it's incomplete. No pass interference on this occasion. Once again, looking for Tedrick Lee. Coverage by Jermaine Berry once again. And 3rd down and 7 on the docket in the red zone. So let's see on a 3rd down play what South Dade can cook up. They've been good on these 3rd down situations. They've scored a touchdown in a 3rd down spot. They hit a bomb on a 3rd down in their previous drive. And a slant route is caught. It's a 1st down and a touchdown. Reception made by Montre Jackson. And he goes slicing into the end zone. 4 touchdown passes for Xavier Clayton. And Montre Jackson, the junior, gets in on the scoring party. Over 40 points in this game in the first half for the Bucs. Here's a look on the replay. Nice little slant route, an anticipatory throw, and he runs into that window, and Montre Jackson takes it the rest of the way with some wind gusting behind him. So we're going to get an extra point attempt here. That is not the same kicker as last time. That is number 27, Michael Sam, who's now in to kick it. He is a sophomore kicker, as opposed to his junior counterpart, Molinado. And it looks like the holder here is Xavier Clayton, the QB. The hold is good, and the extra point is off the right post again. Back-to-back extra point attempts off that right post. It's about the only thing that has gone wrong today for South Dade. Though a penalty flag has been thrown, which means a second attempt is on the docket. As the rain starts to come down here once again at Curtis Park. And it's starting to come down fast. Classic Florida rain for you. It makes its presence known quickly. Extra point is up. And this one is good. So 42-0 your scoreline, as you can see on the camera. Suddenly, precipitation has hit the field. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half of action. And we'll be back in a moment. It has been a surgical performance here at Curtis Park. 42-0 South Dade leading Miami High as we get another onside kick, and that ball slips out. Though it does appear to have been fielded by the Stingarees. There is a scrum for the ball. And it will be Miami High football. The rain coming down. And the Stingarees will get the football once again. 5:46 to go. Once again, 42-0 your scoreline as Miami High trots back out here in the second quarter. You're watching on the 305 Plus Network. Mark Schoenster behind the mic for you. So we hope you're staying dry wherever you're tuning in from. Got some fans who are able to make it out, of course. An early kickoff means it's a little bit harder for people to get out and go to the game. Still in common work hours at the moment. As this snap drops to the ground. And it's going to be a loss of yardage here for Miami. So the rain already making this game awkward in preparation, now coming in and looks to make its mark known once again. It was just dry for a little bit too long here in South Florida. Mother Nature decided to bring in another shower. Ryan Jenkins takes the snap, hands it off, and this carry will at least get back to the line of scrimmage, or the original line of scrimmage, that is. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So the Stingarees on 3rd believe it's third down, not fourth down. Here's the snap. Jenkins throws it to his right, and it's incomplete. It's potentially looking at what could have been a backwards pass, but and now the punting unit will come out. Yeah, it looks like the down marker was just a play ahead. It said fourth down over there, but it was definitely third down in that occasion. So it'll now be the punting unit once again for the Stingerees. Everyone making sure they get their personnel out there for this special teams play. And that punt is off and away. And maybe wise there to not try and field it. The ball's already proven to be a bit slippery since the rain has come in. 4:16 to go. We're going to see the Buccaneers offense once again. Xavier Clayton has been dicing it up. And we're going to step aside before we see him again. And away, we're seeing the Masters go to work once again. The Buccaneers on offense as Jackson gets the carry, and he's going to lose yards here. Montre Jackson got the touchdown on the last possession. South Dade leading 42-0 over Miami High School. The rain's starting to pour down again here on the 305 Plus Network. We welcome you in. My name is Mark Schoenstert. We all have been sitting here a little bit in awe at how impressive this performance has been from the Buccaneers. Both teams coming in, losing 2 straight games. But the Buccaneers don't look it. Certainly have not appeared that part of the role and instead have been utterly dominant. Here's Calixt, and he is met violently in the backfield. Second straight loss of yards on this possession. Gene Calixt, who has gotten 2 touchdown receptions today, is the primary quarterback, but has not taken any snaps in that spot up until this drive. And they're going to let him take some snaps here after Xavier Clayton was wheeling and dealing today. Calixt, the junior, 6'1", so he's definitely got the height to be your prototypical quarterback. And he's got the speed to go along with it since he's already got 2 house calls today at the position of wide receiver. So some yards gained back due to some movement at the line by Miami High. Still third down and long. They need to get all the way up to the 38 to keep this one going. Trips on the left-hand side. And they're tight on the right-hand side as well. It's a very compact formation. And the snap is fumbled. Calixt gets out of it, throws it down the field, and it's caught. And spinning around and still going. The Buccaneers don't get to the line to gain, but they get awfully close. Jakari Blackman on the reception. This one's coming back, though. An eligible receiver downfield, which can sometimes happen on broken plays when you're an offensive lineman who's just trying to hold their spot for the designated amount of time. But you can just incidentally find yourself stepping further and further down the field, especially if the play at that point was already supposed to be executed. Sometimes you don't know what's going on right behind you when the snap gets botched and a play goes haywire. That's when it's most common for a play like that to occur, a foul like that to occur. So 3rd down and long from the 17. They need to reach the 38-yard line. So 21 yards are necessary to gain here as Calixt pushes through the middle and then gets taken down. Just a gain of a couple. 4th down and very long now, and the punting unit will trot out for the first time, it's the 2nd time today that the Bucs will be punting. The first one, the punter appeared to try to run it himself for the first down, whether that was by design or if he didn't punt off. He got tackled in the backfield, which gave the Stingarees the ball in the red zone, but it didn't result in any points for Miami High. We'll see what happens on this second punt. And this one gets away, and it sails over Barry's head, and that is a wonderful bounce for the Buccaneers, and it just keeps carrying. That is a great punt. And everything they're doing correctly here, the Buccaneers. Just kept bouncing further and further down the field, so it's the 15-yard line where Miami High will start off with a minute to go in the half. Which means it is a far cry from being in a scoring position after really doing well to hold defensively there. It was a net negative on that drive for the Buccaneers as far as yardage is concerned, but that punt would not suggest that. At least this starting field position wouldn't. Ryan Jenkins back in at quarterback with this downpour. Another member on the field here for the Stingarees. That's Darius Bogan. Jenkins hands this one off, and the carry will go for a couple. Jeremiah Dulce with the carry there. So a gain of a couple as the clock keeps ticking. 35 seconds and counting to go. And it'll be Dulce again. And he gains a few more. But it looks like this clock is going to run its way out. And our scoreline will sit at where it's at the moment with under 20 seconds to go. Third down and 3. 10 seconds to go. Here's the snap. Jenkins throws it to his right, and it's caught by Bogan. And he shifts around, but he's tackled short of the line to gain. And that is the end of the first half. A dominating performance from South Dade makes it 42-0 after the first 2 quarters. South Dade with an assertive lead over Miami High. We'll step aside for this commercial break. We'll return after a bit here on the 305 Plus Network. You've been watching South Dade and Miami High right here on the Gridiron Showcase. We welcome you back here to Curtis Park. Second half upcoming here. It has been quite the first half of action in case you're just now tuning in. You could see the scoreline, and what you could surmise from that scoreline, all of it would be true. It has been an explosive, dominating, and imposing performance from the Buccaneers of South Dade as they meet with Miami High School, the Stingarees here. And it has been all one-sided in favor of the visitors. 4 touchdown passes thrown by Xavier Clayton, 2 reception touchdowns for Gene Calixt, and then throw in a pick 6 on top of that as far as the highlight plays are concerned to Darius Hughes, the 3-star recruit, taking one to the house for his second interception return touchdown second interception of the year, his first pick 6 of the season though for the defensive back. It has been all South Dade all day. There was some rain for a couple hours building up to the game. It cleared up for kickoff, but then halfway through the second quarter, the rain returned, and it has kept itself here lightly at the very least. Wherever you're tuning in from, we welcome you in. We hope you're having a good time, and we encourage you to watch the game next week on the Gridiron Showcase on the 305 Plus Network. The Norland Vikings and the Central Rockets do battle. You'll be able to find it on a lot of different places, including HBCU Plus, the 305 Plus Network. So be sure to tune in next week for that one. We hope you're doing well from wherever you're tuning in from, and that you and anyone you know affected by the hurricane are doing all right. As this game, which was initially intended to be played last night, was postponed to make sure that there was no damage done by Hurricane Milton here in South Florida. Luckily, the extent of the scare in this region of the state was a couple of tornado pop-ups as Milton approached landfall. So now we are ready to get this third quarter started. Looks to be Michael Sam who stepped in to start taking kicks in the first half in place of Emilio Molinado. Will kick this one off. He needs a football to do so, though, so he's getting tossed his way now. So we should be getting running clock here in this second half of action, so we'll see what we have in store for us here. Sam kicks this one, and it's fielded by Barry. Barry goes to his right, fends off one tackler, and steps out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. And we will see the Stingarees offense. At this point, it's more so a pride thing for the Stingarees. So it'll be first down and 10 to start off this possession. And they're going to mark it at the 32-yard line. Definitely don't think that that is where that return ended, but alas, that's where the possession will start. Jenkins throws it to his right, caught by Daquan Edwards, and Edwards gets knocked out at the 40-yard line. It will be shy of the line to gain, but a positive yardage completion there.
That's right, Mac. They said don't close a lot of play going on. That was a gain of about 8 yards.
Second down and 2. Trips on the right-hand side. Here's the snap. Jenkins hands it off, and the run will get the line necessary. So first down carry for the Stingarees.
First down 10. Miami High.
Trips formation on the right-hand side, a lone receiver on the left. Carlos Pavone on the carry. He's back there once again. Daquan Edwards makes the reception, and he'll step out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage, and a flag is thrown after the play.
Flag for down. Flag or down.
So, late hit there on the defense, which will move this one forward. So a fresh set of downs incoming here for the Stingarees. Once again, it's the freshman QB, Ryan Jenkins, keeps it for himself here on the option, and he gains about a yard. Ryan Jenkins also sometimes lines up as a receiver, but the freshman getting the looks here in this game where the scoreline has definitely gotten away from Miami for the third straight game. They'll be looking to bounce back next week in a homecoming matchup against Coral Gables, which we'll have for you here on 305 Plus Network. The first time those two teams met this year, boy, was it a crazy one. It was low-scoring game that looked to be in favor of Miami the majority of the game, and then Coral Gables at the last second was able to come back and have a crack at it to win the game, but Miami High would prevail in the end. Jenkins down the middle of the field, and it's juggled and intercepted. Picked off by Tyree Graham.
That pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Graham.
Tyree Graham, the junior, with his first pick of the season. Got one hand on it and then was able to scoop it in. It's number 26 here on this replay, lining up in the middle of the field. Sits back, waits, reads the pass, and steps on it. Well done by the junior. Kept his eyes locked on the quarterback, waited to make the read. And once he recognized where that ball was going, he stepped in. So 7.5 and counting to go here in the third quarter. And we're going to see that Buccaneers offense once again. Here's the handoff, and it's Malachi Cruz. Cruz still on his feet. And that's a first down and a little bit more. And we're actually going to check that. It's Jaquis Lawrence who made the carry. Xavion Clayton once again taking the snaps here as Lawrence gets the carry and goes down. Lawrence not able to get much yardage there. It was an explosive first half for Xavion Clayton. 4 touchdown passes for him. It'll be second down and 11 here. And a player goes down for the Stingarees. So we'll stop the clock and get checked on here.
Official timeout.
So luckily the player is able to get back up on his feet. Might have been just a cramp. But we still get the injury timeout anyway. And once again, we encourage you to tune in next Friday for this matchup between the Rockets and the Vikings. October 18th, so a week from today at a more standard kickoff time, 7:30 p.m. You can find it here on the 305 Plus Network, on HBCU Plus, wherever you're tuning in right now to watch this game. You could come back there next week and you will be able to watch this one. Should be a good time. Two receivers on either side for Xavion Clayton. Second down and 11. Clayton uncorks it down the field once again, and it is incomplete. A late hit there, but no flag is thrown. Intended for Jakari Blackman. Can play as a running back or as a tight end. The senior looking to make the reception there, but it's incomplete. This is a Buccaneers side that's looking to see this one out halfway through the third quarter. 3rd down and 11. Had 2 footballs out there, so not usually how the sport is played, so refereeing crew needed to get one away. 3rd and 11. Clayton takes the snap, looking to his right. He's under duress, and he's hit as he throws. Incomplete, which makes it 4th down and 11 for the Buccaneers. A couple of stops here for the Stingerees. And on 4th and long, you would anticipate the punting unit coming out unless they're feeling a bit aggressive here. Well, Clayton's staying out there. So timeout's going to be called by Miami because they're lined up to field a punt, and the offensive unit returned out there for the Bucs. So they will go to a break, and we're also going to get some hydration here as well. So we'll also take this chance to hydrate up in the booth, and we'll see you when action resumes. So we will punt here after everything's said and done. And here is the punt. And that'll be out not too far from midfield. 42-0 your scoreline, and we'll see the Stingerees once again. Once again, you're listening on the 305 Plus Network. Mark Schoenster behind the mic for you here. A throttling in the first half means, in many ways, it's just pleasantries here in the second as these two teams play throughout the rest of this game. I already mentioned that it's a game against Gables next week for Miami High. It's also a game against Gables next time out for the South Dade team. No game on the docket this next Friday, so they will be able to savor this result for 2 weeks as opposed to 1 before going into a big district game against Coral Gables at home on the 24th. Then they'll close out the regular season with a clash with Southridge. But this is definitely a good result for this Buccaneers team as they trying to flip the script here at the end of the season. Currently 2-4, but they're looking 3-4 right in the eyes. This carry gains a couple. That'll make it 3rd down and 8. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Once again, Ryan Jenkins, the freshman, taking snaps here for the Stingerees. Trips on the right, one receiver on the left. Jenkins gets tripped at the ankles. An excellent tackle. The DN, Tremaine Holland Jr. Or excuse me, it's Gene Calixt. Well, actually looking even closer, I'll offer you your third correction here. Kentrell Davis, the D lineman, the one making the sack there. Looked like number 8 from up here the way his shirt was tucked. Third time's the charm on getting the correct player down. But an excellent ankle tackle there from the D lineman. So Miami High will punt, and it's blocked. And Davis is running it down. And it's fallen on top of by the Stingarees. But they're going to start it at around the 5-yard line. The Buccaneers with another big play, this time on special teams. Brandon Valdez, the linebacker, the one who executed on the block. So here's a look at it again. Just watch number 42. Slips through and gets his hands on it. And just preventing the touchdown there. Diving on top of it. That's Carlos Pavone. So we will see once again Xavier Clayton in a goal-to-go situation. And he'll keep it himself, and he's got a touchdown for himself. After throwing 4 touchdowns to his teammates, this one belongs to him. Xavier Clayton able to walk that one in. And they'll look to see if they can get this point after attempt up before the end of the third quarter. And the refs are just going to say, we'll just wait until the fourth quarter gets started. Actually, looks like they're just going to make it an untimed down. And this one is up and good. Once again, Emilio Molinado coming in and getting the point after attempt. 49-0 your scoreline, and we'll step aside for a break. Be sure to join us here next week on the Gridiron Showcase. October 18th, Norland and Central do battle. It'll be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find it on HBCU Plus, on the 305 Plus network. All the same, you're not going to want to miss it as we welcome you back here to Curtis Park. 49-0 your scoreline. One more quarter to go with a running clock. South Dade has been enjoying this one thoroughly. Another kickoff floated in the area of somewhat of an onside kick, and this one looks to be going all the way back the other direction. And it's a touchdown. The Stingarees are on the board. So a kick return touchdown gets the Stingarees on the board. So a moment of reprieve here for Miami High. A special teams breakaway chance. And they're able to reach the end zone for the first time this evening.
And by Pavon. Carlos Pavon.
So we will get an extra point attempt here as Miami High have put themselves on the score sheet. And the kick is up and it's good. Tyler Garcia knocking that one through. So some points here for the Stingarees. And maybe the one blemish in this game, at least the only blemish that results in points on the board for the Buccaneers. They've had a couple of other moments in this game that you could say were moments of positivity for the Stingarees, but none of it got capitalized on. But this is a game where the Buccaneers have had the large majority of massive plays in this one, and they've taken advantage of any big moment in this one, from turnovers to big first down conversions. They have been surgical. Well, that one's for a little bit of pride for the Stingarees on the kick return. Once again, an odd week of preparation here for these two teams. Coach Dorian James of the Stingarees said that they were able to practice Monday and Tuesday, but then with school off Wednesday and Thursday, they were not able to get on the field, and so they were just communicating through their WhatsApp to try to stay as sharp as possible for this one, and I'm sure it's very similar on the South Dade side of things as they field this kick, and they'll wind around to the left-hand side, and now the burners are turned on. Malachi Cruz still going. Handful of jerseys, maybe the reason why he wasn't able to bring that one all the way home. Malachi Cruz on the carry as we get a look at that Curtis Park scoreboard. 9 more minutes to go. Now we'll see who we're going to have come in and take snaps here for Coach Chris Reed. And it'll once again be Xavier Clayton. 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown for the senior today. He is certainly impressed. And he'll hand this one off, and tripped at the line is Elijah Francois, the sophomore. So loss of a yard there, 2nd down and 11. Movement at the line of scrimmage. And that'll be 5 yards forward for the Buccaneers. Offsides is the call. 49-7 the score. It has been an air-out performance for the Buccaneers. Several big passing touchdowns. The defense got involved. It's been all hands on deck in this performance for the Buccaneers. Every player having a moment to shine here. As on that jet sweep, some damage was done and a flag is thrown on 2nd down. Some head shaking on the sideline of the Stingarees. Certainly not the way they anticipated this game going. And this penalty will be on the offensive side, so 15 yards back. Personal foul there on the team leading. Under 7 minutes to go here. One receiver in motion. A fake jet sweep and now a carry. And Elijah Francois, it's about 7 there. But it will be a 3rd down and long. So the ref trying to stop the clock here as we're going to get a water break. We will step aside here as both teams go to their benches to recoup and hydrate, and we'll return when action returns. As this game gets close to wrapping up, we encourage you to tune in to the Gridiron Showcase next week with the Norland Vikings and the Central Rockets doing battle. Under 6 minutes to go in this one, and this one's pretty set in stone in its final result. 3rd down and long here, though. Here's the snap. Clayton throws it to his left, and it's complete. And getting thrown to the ground there is Jerome Pendergrass, the sophomore. So 4th down and long now. And we'll see the punting unit come back out again. Looks to be Bernard Hill, who has been given punting duties this year. He's listed as a defensive lineman, 6 feet tall, but also has kicking duties. It appears to be just Barry waiting on the return end. This one's up, and Barry couldn't quite get that one down. Slips there. Still trying to dance around, and will get tackled at the 30. With 4.5 minutes and counting to go. It will be Stingery football once again. Once again, the upcoming opponent for both of these teams is Coral Gables. Next week, the Stingeries will have their 2nd meeting with their rivals. The first meeting was truly exciting, and then Coral Gables, for the first time this year, will play the South Dade team after they come off their bye week. They will be enjoying that bye week, that's for sure, given the way they played here this evening. Snap is made. It was disjointed on the defensive end. Ryan Jenkins throws it down the field, and it's incomplete. There were bodies running everywhere on the back end defensively, and they were trying to take advantage of it on the offensive end, but couldn't make it happen. Under 3.5 to go. Second and 10. Jenkins looks to his left, and he's sacked. Brought down again by Kentrell Davis. Kentrell Davis. Not the first time he's gotten a tackle for loss in this game, and it's not the first time he's gotten a sack in this one. Bringing down Ryan Jenkins. 3rd down and long. Jenkins looking to his left, now to his right, throws it across the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. And a flag is thrown. 3 different defenders all around trying to make the interception. It was almost brought in by Tedrick Lee. And it appears that there's a penalty on the defense. And it's unnecessary roughness, so that's certainly positive for the home side. Under 2 minutes to go, clock running. So they'll stop the clock here. The referee crew disseminating all the information. As of right now, it appears to be a 3rd and short. As these teams look to see this one to its conclusion. Talks with the coaching staff for South Dade. And now they need a football. They're going to replace the one that was marked down and use a different one. 1 minute and 50 to go in this football game. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Clock starts rolling once again. Here's the snap. And Jenkins throws it down the field, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rispa, his 2nd of the game. Nicholas Rispa jumps up for it. And the turnover once again for the Stingery offense. And that should just about do it here. Just over 1 minute to go, clock running down. So the Stingeries can just hold on to this, the Buccaneers could just hold on to this football and see this one out. Just had the better position there. Nicholas Rispa rising up for it, the senior. 6'1", he's got some height to him there in the backfield. His 2nd of 2 picks of the day. Now with 40 seconds and counting, the Buccaneers will see this one through. Here's the snap, the carry, and it'll be a gain of about 5 yards there. Thomas Sedans on the run. And they're going to stop the clock once again. And Miami's going to call a timeout to make this 2nd down and 5. 18 seconds to go in the game. If I told you that I understood the decision behind that, I'd be lying. So another play here, another snap. 49-7 once again. 18 seconds to go. Once the snap is made, the clock will start running once again. Here's the carry. Sedans gains another yard. And another timeout's been called. So Miami High just trying to see their defense make some stops here at the end of the game. So 15 seconds to go. 3rd down and 4. Xavion Clayton, who has been so impressive in this performance. Fakes the handoff, floats it up, and it's caught. And with some room to work with, this one tumbling inside the 10-yard line. Jaquis Lawrence with the reception and the scamper afterwards. And that will do it here. A surgical performance from South Dade. 49-7 is how this one wraps up. Both of these teams, their next bout will be against Coral Gables. Next week, it'll be the Stingeries. And then the week after that, following their bye, the Buccaneers will give them a go. The Bucs now at 3-4 on the season. Meanwhile, it's 3-5 for Dorian James's side, the home side Stingeries. But that is where this one will conclude. We appreciate you all tuning into this one all the way to its conclusion. 49-7 your final score once again for our entire broadcasting crew. For Jesse and Brando on cameras, including at this very moment, Jesse catching the handshakes. Our producer, Manny Espinal, who is running replay, commercials, everything else. I'm Mark Schoenster on Play-by-Play. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope you have a fantastic evening here on the 305 Plus Network. We'll see you next time.